What is going on, everyone? It's Nero again. Here for you some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in this week's episode of Dear Nero, a weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me in fan mail, fan questions if you will. It feels like it's a good question, entertaining question. I go ahead and answer it and hopes to entertain the masses. But the gameplay you're watching is actually my first ever match playing on Downhill. And so I was playing with a subscriber and Foxhound. He says, go here to the left, because the subscriber I was already playing with, he says he's already played this map, and if you take this left flanking route, it takes you right to A, and it's a lot smarter to go right for A as compared to go right to, B. It's a lot easier. You can get A right away, get right behind them. Our teammates end up capturing the B flag. And but the gameplay itself, it sounds spectacular. Like, you picture a YouTube gameplay, you picture me like dropping like swarms and stuff like that. Not the case. I'm not even entirely positive I get my score streaks in this game, but it's my first match on Downhill. It's a nice long gameplay, and I played the holy hell out of the objectives. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But let's hop into the questions. First question, he writes, Dear Nero, after watching a recent video on video games influencing violence, it made me wonder. You speak your thoughts a lot in your videos, and I was much like you did in that influence video, and I was wondering if you have ever gotten in trouble for saying things and or regretted anything you've said on camera. P.S. Keep up the great videos. I've been subbed for about a year, and I've loved all your videos. This person neglected to leave his or her name, but thank you for the kind words nonetheless. I feel as though everyone on YouTube at one point or another has regretted something they've said in a video, or regretted something they've written on Twitter, or regretted a comment they've posted. It comes with the job title, I guess. Someone like me that's posted 750, nearly 800 videos between here on NerosCinema and my Let's Play channel. It's I'm sure I've said some things that I've regretted, or I wish I wouldn't have said, or I wish I would have worded differently because maybe they got lost in translation with a couple people. I remember when I what was it, the Diamond Peacekeeper video, I talked about like, you poor PS3 fans, you poor PC players aren't going to get this DLC for a month. That was translated into, wait, so because we don't own an Xbox 360, we're poor? Fuck you, fag. Did I not word that correctly? I meant poor as in sad, it sucks, like, you poor guys. And this person literally translated to, I was calling anyone who didn't own an Xbox 360 as, a poverty-stricken person. And it just, things get lost in translation sometimes, and I wish I could word things differently sometimes, but that particular video in which he was discussing, the Do Video Games Make Kids Violent video, if you haven't seen it, it's on my channel. I don't regret anything I said in that video. I feel as though everything I said in that video was my honest-to-goodness opinion of the subject, and I hope everybody sees it. I don't care if President Obama himself sees it. I hope every major media outlet and news source in the country sees that. But it won't happen. I wish they would, because those are my honest opinions on the subject. But do people regret things they've said on camera? Yeah, that happens. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, do you think the Call of Duty series is improving since COD 4, or do you think it's been going in the opposite direction? Jackson from Detroit. So I'm kind of torn on this subject. Call of Duty 4 and World at War were essentially the same game, and for the most part, with the exception that World at War was in a World War II setting and featured a lot of semi-automatic rifles, whereas Call of Duty 4 was more of a modern game, more of a modern war game. So, do I think it's improving? Kind of. See, I think back, with these nostalgia glasses on, I think back to COD 4 and World at War and how simple it was. The games themselves were simplicity. Or simplicity itself, and it was a great thing. I liked the games a lot. But then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and Modern Warfare 2 featured so many different kinds of score streaks, kill streaks called in that game, so many different attachments for your guns and a bunch of different kinds of guns, and it was new game modes even. It was just this completely new ideas, and I think it worked. With the exception that, Modern Warfare 2 was like never supported, and Javelin glitched for 2 months, and One Man Army YouTubes after that, and the frustrations of Commando. But the game itself was good if the Infinity Ward could have kept up with it. So Black Ops, I think, was another step in the right direction. They added some new things. They made it so kill streaks do not build other kill streaks, which I guess that's kind of a good thing. It's more of an indicator skill. You see somebody get whatever, a giant if you seen somebody get attack dogs, that was a good player. Somebody can get 11 kills in a row. That was a difficult thing to do. Like, you picture back to Modern Warfare 2, chain together 11 kills without the help of other kill streaks. That was difficult to do. That's why everyone used like Predator missile, a Harrier strike, and then maybe a chopper gun or an AC-130. It was just I think it's a step in the right direction. Each game gets a little bit better. The one thing I wish they would change is this whole lag compensation thing. Even my own friends here on YouTube have made videos saying, oh, lag compensation is completely needed within these new games. The internet's completely different as compared to how it was in 2007, 2008 with COD 4 and World at War. That's why they can't have a lag comp feature like they had in those games and all that. And it just simply wouldn't work anymore. And my argument to that is, well, how come when I hop on Call of Duty 4, the connection's fine? I hop on World of War, the connection is fine. I don't feel as though the amount of lag compensation we're getting here in Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 is needed. You know, it started off in Black Ops 1 where it really became noticeable, where you're getting shot around corners. Modern Warfare 3 was just full of lag compensation. Like, host advantage was a huge advantage in that game. And I think the Black Ops 2, do I really need to talk about lag comp in Black Ops 2? It gets worse and worse every game. I'm hoping with the new consoles, they can just get completely rid of that, or they finally, you know, brighten up and go back to the old ways of COD 4 and World at War, because, you know, people say it won't work. Well, then how come it does? Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, what do you use your permanent unlocks for in Black Ops 2? You're my favorite commentator. Every video greater than the last. Sincerely, Nick from California. Well, thank you, Mr. Nick. But I just hit my desk and I apologize for that. I can't entirely remember everything I use for the unlock system. If you're unaware of the unlock tokens, essentially every time you prestige in Black Ops 2, you get to bring up something with you. You know, it could be a gun, it could be a perk, it could be a score streak or whatever. I'm trying to think of everything I brought. I know I brought the M8A1, I brought the Scorpion Evo, just guns that, you know, take a long time to unlock that you didn't necessarily want to wait. Like, once you prestige, you don't want to wait till that level to unlock that gun. So I would go ahead and bring guns like that. I brought the Ballista with me. I brought Dead Silence because I thought it was actually useful when the game first came out, when it turns out it's not. I brought Ghost. I brought Flak Jacket. The Orbital VSAT, definitely the Orbital VSAT. Basically, it depends on what kind of player you are. If you play objective game modes, then, you know, you're going to need something like a Flak Jacket and a Tactical Mask. I think you get Tac Mask rather early, though. If you play like a TDM and Free-for-All a lot, you're going to need Ghost. You know, if you want to bring, and other than that, just bring your favorite guns, maybe score streaks. Like the Orbital VSAT's like what do you unlock, like 42 or 43? It's a long time to get that. And I'd much rather have it right away, so I brought the VSAT with me. So just do what works for you, essentially. I can't remember everything I brought, though, because so many of it was worthless. You know, Dead Silence, M1216 shotgun, you know, just random and stupid things, I guess. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, how do you get such good aim? I don't have very good aim, and I'm sure a lot of viewers don't either. P.S. Keep up the great videos. I love your videos. He who must not be named, from New Jersey. So, I don't think my aim's great. I think it's above average, but I don't think it's great. If you notice in a lot of my videos, I shoot people in the feet. I shoot people in the legs. I don't know why. I just do. You know, when I see somebody and I try to snap on target, I shoot them in the leg. And if I go up against somebody of a similar skill than me, then those people usually get me in the chest, and I usually lose those gunfights to better players. And it's just a habit I have. I don't know why. I've been playing Call of Duty religiously since 2007, 2008, and for every reason I shoot people in the legs. And I'm trying to make that better, but it's not working out. But aim, just like anything else in life. I mean, aim in Call of Duty, you just gotta work with it. You gotta practice with it. You're not gonna just hop in one day and be dropping swarms left and right and winning every gunfight you get yourself into. It's just not how it works. You need to put in the time and the effort. People come to YouTube and like look for tips and tricks videos, and they assume like just watching these videos will make them better players. Watching YouTube videos of strategies and tips and all that doesn't make you a better player. It gives you the tools to become a better player. It gives you the tools so that when you find yourself in that situation, you find yourself in that area, you understand how you can best navigate it and how you can, you know, win those gunfights. But it ultimately comes down to you. You need to learn how to aim. You need to learn what guns are best for what situations, how to play the game. That's essentially how it works. Next question. He writes, Dear Nero, if you could make the next Call of Duty, how would you do it? And what would you make it based on, like a war or something like that? What would you call it? A reply would be nice. Keep up the good work. Love your vids. Hayden from Ohio. So I don't really have a title for this game, but if I were to have full creative control of the next Call of Duty, well, next Call of Duty is an Infinity War game, and the way they didn't support Modern Warfare 2 and the abortion that was Modern Warfare 3. I don't think Infinity War is going to do something crazy to redeem themselves. Like, they're going to have to come out with Modern Warfare 2 again, but with no bullshit, like no tubes, no javelin glitch, no commando, things like that. That's the only way they can redeem themselves. But I'm thinking ahead of that. I'm thinking to the next Treyarch game. I feel as though the next Treyarch game needs to take a step backwards and go back to World War II, possibly to the Vietnam era. If you think to the end of World at War, the final thing when you're doing the campaign with the Red Army, is you place the Soviet flag on top of the Reichstag. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I might be wrong. And it was this really glorious moment for Reznov. It was a great moment for the Soviet army. And very next time you see them, Reznov's in the Gulag in Black Ops. There's a period of time there where we just have no idea what happened. Therefore, I feel as though they can go back to that. It can be a World War II/Vietnam thing, implement guns from both angles, because World War II guns were still being used in Vietnam. The PPSH, the Russian SMG, that was still in Vietnam. They could do that, and I think it'd be a cool thing. I love the whole feel of a World War II game, a World War II environment, and I really wish they would just go back to that. I think it would be a rather neat thing. But the gameplay is going to be wrapping up here. Hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. Basically Call of Duty questions this week, but that's okay. I like things that are more or less Call of Duty questions. I'm not here to, you have no idea the amount of inbox messages I get of people like, so I like this girl, but I'm not sure if she likes me. What should I do? And, you saw this, that, and the other. And I don't like to answer those questions because the answer is always the same. Just go for it, what you have to lose. And people always think that, their situation is different. No, just go for it. Nothing to lose. But yeah, I'm tired of answering those questions. So essentially, Dear Nero has become like more or less Call of Duty questions, YouTube questions, sometimes life questions as well. But I'm running over the gameplay. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Hope you all enjoyed the gameplay. It wasn't spectacular, mind you. I didn't have a 2 KD that game. But I played hell the objective, and it was also the first time you've ever seen me play on the map downhill. Well, that was my first game ever on the map downhill. And I thought it was interesting for you guys to see me when I'm not comfortable. I have no idea what I'm doing. I played the objective, but I wasn't winning a lot of gunfights because I wasn't setting them up properly. So, hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you guys like your question feature on next week's episode of Dear Nero, simply send me a personal message here on YouTube with the tagline reading Dear Nero. If it's a good question, entertaining question, I go ahead and answer it. But then, this has been Nero. Remember to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.